My name is Azim Jamal. I live in Richmond, BC. I was born in Tanzania, did my studies in Kenya, England, moved to Canada, married a wife from India. My parents live with us, they're totally Eastern. My kids live with us, they're totally Western. And I'm the sandwich, half East, half West. So I do the corporate Sufi in my house, you know, the West and East. But it's fantastic because it gives a diversity of richness from different backgrounds, you know, different styles. And I'm very grateful for that diversity that I have in my family.
That's great. So what sort of started you on this path of being the corporate Sufi? And when we read your bio, there was that one sentence about having a soul-stirring experience when you were working with refugees. So what was that like?
Well, what happened was I went to Karachi to work with the Afghan refugees. I was called by Focus Humanitarian Agency to go and work as an accountant with the Afghan refugees. And I spent 4 to 6 weeks while I was there. And so many things happened while I was there that changed my life forever. One thing in particular was when I was interviewing 14 Afghan refugees in a hut, asking them questions about finance, because I went as an accountant. I had 3 professional accounting degrees in my past life, so to speak. And while I was interviewing them, I heard responses such as, you know, how they had gone from war to war to war, how some kids had never gone to school, how they lost their father in the war, how the uncle married the mother, so to keep them together, how they had to walk for 19 days in the mountains in the cold weather with just a shirt on their back. Some of them didn't have shoes to wear. When they came to Karachi, they had no right to stay there, so they were staying in this small hut. They were working for 14 hours in the hot blazing sun, several of them making $1 a day, which wasn't even enough to pay for their rent in the hut. You know, I saw mosquitoes, I saw the washroom, I saw the kitchen, I saw kids holding a bread like as if their life is at stake, you know, and despite all that, they would offer you dry fruits because you are a mehman, a guest in their house. And in 20 minutes, I got physically sick. I just couldn't take it. It was so traumatic for me that I had to just, you know, stop. And so I walked out of the hut. As soon as I walked out of the hut, the whole village was standing there because they saw me in a suit. So they felt I'm going to help them because I'm well dressed and look like I'm an important person. And I watched mostly women and children because men are mostly dead. And I see young kids with rosy cheeks and big eyes and smile on their face despite their plight. You know, and I was there no more than 20 seconds. It seemed like eternity. But I didn't know what to do. I was totally shaken myself. So I went to my cab, which was waiting for me, and drove to my hotel, Marriott Hotel, which was 25 minutes away. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, sitting in the back of the cab. And I was shivering, and I was sweating at the same time. And the 25 minutes, I think I had a defining moment. Something my soul stirred, and I wanted to help these people. But I realized, you know, I was an accountant. Even though I had 3 degrees, I was an ACCA from England, a CGA, a chartered financial planner.